What's the haps? I'm Meroka, and today I'm going to be taking an early look at Secrets of Rætikon. Secrets of Rætikon being an aerial exploration game by Broken Rules, Vienna-based studio, perhaps best formerly known for And Yet It Moves. I've also done a couple of other games on the Wii U and iOS platforms, but I'm not familiar with those. So this is a game currently in alpha, currently in funding on Indiegogo, and we're going to just jump in and have a look and see what happens. So we are a bird of some description, or if you check out the lore and backstory and things, that they got plenty of information on the game that's not revealed in the game on their Indiegogo campaign page. So there's a lot more to the game than is immediately apparent through the game. So we're apparently some sort of birdman flying around the Alps, and the aim of the game is to explore and find whatever we can. As will readily become apparent from all the tutorial in the background, this game was developed with what would appear to be a PlayStation pad in mind. I am playing it on Xbox pad. It works equally well. It really doesn't matter. It can also be played with keyboard and mouse, but obviously they've developed it with the PlayStation pad first and foremost. So there's a, hold R1. No, I can hold the right bumper. That could be a thing that would work. Yes, it will. So, we've got the right bumper is grab on things, and most of what we're going to be doing in the game is grabbing things and interacting with them in some way. I can tear out plants and get some health out of it. I can tear out that plant and not do much with it. There we go. Press tap A or X or whatever the keyboard equivalent is to flap wings to fly a bit faster, which gives a bit of oomph when we're grabbing and moving things around. I can grab other animals and throw them around, which is a bit cruel, but hey, that's nature for you. Nature is cruel, it's the circle of life and all that. So, I believe the message of the game is supposed to be a man versus the environment kind of thing. So, what are we doing to nature, I think, is kind of the vibe. But it's just fun to explore and just have a look around. So, these slivers can be used to solve... I was going to call it a puzzle, but it's not really a puzzle, it's just... Collecting the slivers themselves are mostly puzzles, but then you turn them in for these shards. The shards are ultimately what we're trying to collect. We want 7 of those, so they're dotted around in various places in the game. So we collect 1 shard, and we can head on through to the next section. And through here, we've got a giant statue with a giant wheel in the middle, and we can place the shards in here. So let's drop the shard here. If we do that, send a signal over here, and it will reveal we've got a prison cell full of birdies. And there are obviously 6 more. Each of them has various different animals from around the area in it. You can actually put the shards in anywhere, which is kind of an odd one. If I wanted to, I could put the shard here to begin with, and I did earlier. The top one actually has a deer in it, which you don't find until like you don't actually interact with the deer at all until like halfway through the game. So that seems kind of strange, but it's there nonetheless. So I don't think there's much else to find in this area. This is mostly just the unlock the prison area. So we'll head on through to the next section and have a look at some actual stuff that's going on in the game. Ooh, and now nature gets vicious. Got some birds of prey attacking other smaller birds. Some more slivers. That's what we're here for. Want slivers. There's a rock which I can pick up and throw around for no obvious reason. Let's have a look. See what we can find then. So most of this game is interaction. We've got a rabbit here. We could unite it with the other rabbits. So that is what must be done. And they will get it on like rabbits. And give me a bunch of slivers, which is all I care about. You can breed like rabbits for all I care. There's secret bits down here. I like this. I like those secret bits that you gotta be kind of eagle-eyed about. Well, eagle-eyed. And if I need some more help, I can uproot some more plants. I'm not sure if I need that or not. I guess not. We've got this crow. He'll have a go at me. He'll grab me and drag me around. But mostly what he tries to do is throw you into the thorns. But if you just fight him, it won't do too much. As long as you don't just acquiesce and just let him throw you into the thorns, you'll be pretty much okay with that crow. There are much tougher enemies later on in the game that will actually, give you a hard time. Right now, these guys aren't really a big deal. Right now, it's mostly just exploration and puzzle solving. So we can break open these rocks, find some more stuff in here. 34, that's loads. That should solve any puzzle. Damn it, crow! No, I'm not. See, can just escape him easy enough. Now we've got a puzzle thing up here. There we go. 10 of those. And this is tied to the door. Give it a wind around. It cranks open. Huzzah! And then, oh no, crow! Yeah, leave me alone. The crow's just a bully, he really is. No, going in here. Now in here there is a statue building puzzle. There are a few of these in the game actually. It's not... This becomes a unoriginal puzzle fairly quickly, but it's still fun to solve. They're all different. You get different creatures and different parts. And in here we've obviously got this giant, I presume, crow-like thing. And if we build this little statue of him alongside him, we will get our reward. So let's pop that there. And the next one. How many pops? Right about. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. There. And the last bit. Just drop the head on top. And you go there. And get a bunch more slivers. Exchange for our efforts. Cool. And the giant crow awakes. I want that sliver. And he's given us another little shrine thing. I can go fill it up with slivers. And there we go. That is shard number 2 of 7. So I can grab that and take it back outside. And it makes a lovely sort of almost musical clonking noise when you knock it against these. No, the crow is taking it. See, the crow's a big bully. He just steals all your things and runs off with you. So I can chase him down. I press one of to do a massive aerial dive, and I can steal it back off him and make a run with it for the exit. No, not up here. The exit's up here. It's this one. I know it is. I've been here enough times. Take it back here. One of the few gripes I will have with this game is all the backtracking. So obviously, if you're collecting shards from near the end of the game, you've got to trail back through all the areas just to bring them back to here to bring them back in. I've not found any shortcuts yet so far, so it does appear that every time you get a shard, you do need to bring them all back. So you've got a crow in a cage here, and I believe all the cages will open. Actually, hang on. There's something I haven't tried before. Can I open the cage door? Yeah. No, I can't, so well. I guess you must have to collect them all before you can open any of the cage doors at all. I'm just curious there. So you can see the art style going on this game is... It's all vector-based, which means there's not much in the way of graphics options. Vectors are going to look the same no matter what. Very heavy focus on principally triangles. You can see the sun's a triangle in the background there. And I don't know. I think it looks great. It's beautiful, original style. I've not seen anything quite look like this before, and I think it's fantastic. The music complements the game perfectly. It's more rhythmic than anything else, but it fits the game very, very well. The gameplay itself is very, very fluid. Just flying around. Just works really, really well, especially on a pad. I'm not sure whether it makes much difference on the keyboard and mouse, but I can definitely say on the Xbox pad that works well. I'm not entirely certain what the point of that boulder was, to be honest. But that guy who's a bit more vicious, got a bird of prey type creature up here. I'm not sure what that would be. Kestrel or hawk or something. Anyway, he's guarding a bunch of slivers and I want those. Stand up. Oh no, come on. One more try, one more try. This time I got it. No, okay. Once more. Oh, forget it, I don't want that one anyway. I didn't like that. The skulls have slivers in them. That's good, we want those. Now we can head through to the next section. So, like I say, this game is currently in funding on Indiegogo. They are looking for, I believe, $40,000, and they have raised $10,000 so far, with 14 days to go, so I think that's worth checking out. And the game currently, if you fund it at the, I believe, $15 level, you will get access to this alpha copy and all future developments. Currently available on Windows and Mac. This is an interesting forest that I can't get through very well. And Linux version in development. Linux version will be complete before the end of the year, so they claim. So if you're looking for it on Linux, that will be coming very soon. If you're looking for it on Windows or Mac, that's available right now for you to buy and check out. Obviously, you are buying an alpha product, so there are bugs. I've encountered one or two. Unfortunately, some of them are game-breaking, some of them are just silly. It's unfortunate, but, you know, it's an alpha product. You need to know what you're buying when you're getting an alpha product. If you're not prepared to buy a product that might be a bit buggy, wait until the game releases. But right now... And this is a new section. I've not even found this section before. So we've got another statue to build here, clearly. Let's try and assemble all the bits. Like it every time. I've played through this a couple of times now. Not the entire thing, but the starter section. And every time I do, I keep finding new things that I haven't spotted before. This game really does reward exploration, because every time you come back, there's new things that you might not have seen before. I love that about that. It's just a very relaxed, fairly easy to play game. Obviously there's a few enemies giving you a hard time, but for the most part it's not really going to be a big deal. It's not a stressful game, it's a relaxing exploration game. With a beautiful art style, great soundtrack, and it's all just very, very fluid. And I love it. I'm enjoying this greatly, and I would love to see this game get funded. There's one more bit somewhere. I'm going to try and find that last bit. I don't know where it is. That'll be it. That looks like a headpiece. Let's take the headpiece through. I would make a terrible bird. I'd just fly straight into all the trees. Good job I am a human and not a bird. I would not cope very well in the bird environment. Okay, let's see if we can't build something out of this. I think that bit looks like that's the base. Out of there. So the big bits, obviously, they take a little bit more effort to lift, and you're not going to be quite as fluid motion. There's definitely physics going on in here. They've got some good physics going on. If you pick up a heavy object, you're going to struggle to fly naturally. How does this work? There? Yeah, that works. Pop the head on top. We will be rewarded with. I don't know. Find out. What will we be rewarded with? Lots of slivers, that's important. And a doorway down to something else. It's one of these guys. Let's light it up. There we go. Cool. If you overshoot it, you can dispense them at any time, but they will come straight back to you if you don't need it for a puzzle. So if we flip the switch, we will have another shard. Okay, and there goes the deer. So you can see at this point, for the most part, what this game is all about. It's exploration, it's a few puzzles, none of them are particularly taxing, there's nothing that's really going to stretch the old grey matter, but it's a fun little diversion, and it's just very, very enjoyable to play. So there is one more thing, there is also... First, let's have a quick look at the settings. I can tell you now, there are not many settings in this game. If you're looking to customize your game for optimal performance, that's going to be difficult. It has two options, full screen and windowed. They are the same thing. The only windowed mode it offers cannot be resized, and the windowed resolution is the same as your primary monitor. I'm running at 1440 by 900. The window it puts it in is 1440 by 900 for me. I imagine it would be whatever your monitor is. That's an awkward resolution. I mean, if you're running full screen, and most people will run it full screen, it's no big deal. For me, from this video recording perspective, this means I will either have to stretch or letterbox this video because I can't actually record it in 16 by 9. So I don't think I want to stretch it just because it's too pretty to stretch. Unfortunately, this video is going to have to go out letterboxed. Whoops. What can I do about it? Not a lot, I'm afraid. So beyond that, there are no real other options to speak of. So that's something I would like to see at launch. I'd like to see at least, very least, some resolution options before anything else. Furthermore, we also have this editor, which seems to be a fairly powerful tool. Obviously, obviously, I wouldn't edit the game with the with the gamepad. I've got to use keyboard and mouse, but everything in the game can be messed around with. Can we move the rabbits? I have no idea how to use this, by the way. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm clicking on various objects, but I don't know what the objects are. Chunks of tree, I presume. That's a tree. That's a tree. That's a tree. And there's our shrine. So you can build your own levels entirely from scratch if you were so inclined. I believe because it's vector-based, each object can be created from the vectors. You can make your own vector-based objects. It's almost like they've given you an entire game engine and just said, there you go, there's a tool, so you can, if you so desire, make your own entire game out of it. I think if you had the time and the wherewithal to do so, you could probably build an entire game of your own using the same engine. I don't know. I'm not au fait with these things, and it's obviously going to take a little while to actually get to grips with what it is. I mean, looking at this is just like looking at the Matrix to me. It's confusing as anything. I can't figure any of these things out. I don't know what I'm doing, but it looks powerful. It looks very, very powerful because I'm quite certain these are just going to be the same tools they're using to make the game in the first instance. So, tree part, canopy, deco, 007, okay, I guess these are tree parts. These are all bits of tree. And they must be just layering objects of trees together to make the canopy. And if you wish to do so, you can do so yourself. I can't actually, I'm going to have to end the video here because I can't actually find out how to end the edit mode. I can't actually, there doesn't seem to be any way to leave this. So, if you go into edit mode, you're committing to doing editing. You can't just have a glance and then go back to the game. It doesn't work like that. If you go into edit mode, you stay in edit mode until you quit. You have to actually force the game to leave before doing anything else with it. But that's a minor gripe and perhaps a bug. I don't know whether that's intentional or not. Obviously, bear in mind, this is very much alpha, so things aren't going to work exactly like you'd expect them to. There's still considerably more work. There's bits of placeholder art in there. We didn't see any here today, but I have come across a couple of bits where it says, oh, there will be more artwork here in the finished version. So it's in development. These things are to be expected in an alpha copy. But if you're okay with this, if this is the sort of thing you don't mind, if you don't mind a slightly unfinished game that might not always work perfectly, then you can go check it out on Indiegogo and pick up a copy yourself. Or if you just want to see the finished version, you can still fund them and hold off on playing the copy that they give you. You're not required to play the alpha copy. You could go give them some money, and when the finished version comes out, you can play the finished version. But yes, as always, caution advised when dealing with alpha copies. But I think this looks like a great title. I think it's a lot of fun to play. I think it's a beautiful title to look at. I think they've done a stunning job with the art, and I think it's very, very much one to watch. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Secrets of Rætikon. We shall see you next time. Yeah!